are angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're...
And boom, episode 58. If you guys are watching, you get to see me what I look like with glasses, you know? I'm getting old and blind. No, I always wore glasses. It's just, you know, I just don't do it in front of everybody. I wear my contacts out, but yeah, like I'm at the point where like staring at all these monitors, especially me, I'm staring at 4 monitors every day for 8 hours. It's just better to have the glasses because they have all these little, you know, doohickeys that help with your eyes so I don't go blind. So yeah, so if you're watching, you get to see what I look like with glasses. Probably won't see me outside with them. Because I'm still kind of like, you know, when I put them on, I feel like out of place because I'm so used to contacts. So it's just kind of weird. But anyway, I got to get better at intros. I just start talking and then I don't remember what the hell I was going to talk about. But anyway, that's part of, you know, this new year. Let's get better with intros. I just start complaining. I don't even know what the hell I was saying. But yeah, so Valentine's Day passed. So how was everybody's Valentine's Day? Did you, you know, for the guys, did you guys get yelled at by your girl? For the girls, did you get what you want? Or did you even know what you want? You know, that's a big thing for Valentine's Day. Like it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of day. Like, so if you decide to go be the whole romantic, you do the, you know, the rose petals and the gifts and, you know, the flowers and all that. You might, very small percentage, you might get a girl who will be like, who will appreciate it and love it and be all happy. But there's a very big percentage of you girls where you're like, well, I deserve these every day. I don't know why you just wait for Valentine's Day. And it's just like, okay. Oh, I mean, what a kick in the balls. Imagine if you did nothing on Valentine's Day, right? If Valentine's Day was just like you did nothing on Valentine's Day, then you also get, you know, shade from your woman. Like, she'll either, you know, throw shade at you during the day, you know, talk about you with her friends, like, oh, I don't get nothing for Valentine's Day. He doesn't do anything. So it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But there's a very small percentage of women who would love that. But, you know, like I said, it's small. It's bigger where you guys are just like, I need this every day, not just one day. And then you're just like, okay, man, all right. God, you know, be happy, goddammit. I always hear my guy friends like, yeah, like after Valentine's Day, they're like, yeah, it's like a venting day. So for men, the day after Valentine's Day, the 15th, is we vent about what happened on Valentine's Day. So that should be a holiday, like fucking venting Valentine's Day. Because that's exactly what we do. I go through my messages and be like, yo, man, I did all this. And she was just like, whatever. And I was like, I get it. I've been there. So, yeah. For my Valentine's Day, I kind of went all, you know, I always do something. I did something I never did. Like, I really wasn't a fan of the whole rose petals and balloons and all that, because everybody does it. So I wanted to do something different. So, like, hired a personal chef. You know, I do things like that. Or trips, you know, go on a trip or getaways and stuff. So I kind of did both. I did a getaway, and it was like a spa getaway, and the cabin was like, it was like a log cabin, very nice. The spa was very nice. And then I also did, you know, a personal chef, and then I decided to let me try do, you know, what the standard people do with the balloons and the flowers and stuff. I did that, but then, you know, I kind of got kicked in the balls for that. Like, why are you doing this? It it was a meaner response than that, but yeah, I was like, okay, noted for next time. Don't do that shit. But yeah, that was my Valentine's Day. I mean, it was good. The spa was good. Like, I would definitely go back. It was far though. It was like anything for me, 30-minute drive. Anything past a 30-minute drive is far. So this was like 2 hours and like 20 minutes. So to me, that's far, and I don't like those drives. But anyway, it was a pretty good spa. The place was nice. So it's just that when you're around these places that you don't know, it's just kind of like, what do you do? Like, after the spa, I was just like, okay, I don't know what to do. And then the only downfall about the spa, like, everything was good until like there was one night, and we only saw it that one night. It wasn't me, but somebody left food on the counter, and a bug came. So you see a bug. When women see bugs, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's like they want to pack up, go home. They're like, oh, this whole place has these bugs. So anyway, I mean, besides that, it was a good spot, and there was no complaints on my end. I loved it. Yeah, and it was very relaxing. It sucks always going from that and then going back to work. You're just like, oh, I'm over it. But yeah, that was Valentine's Day. But speaking on the subject of bugs, I actually just had my bug guy over here, and I wanted to talk about him before because he is a man who takes his job very seriously, and I wanted to talk about that. I don't believe I talked about that, people who take the job seriously. But anyway, he's very like, he comes over, he's like military man. He's just like, he'll be straight up and down. He goes, hello, are you, like, his intro is always nervous. So, and then like I guess he builds confidence from then on, but his intro is always like, and so he introduces himself. Then he goes, and I'm your technician, and I'll be servicing this area. And then this is where he gets kind of like military-ish. He's like, I'll be using the 459 toxin for this area, and I'll be using the 772 hanger tip for this area. And I'm like, I don't even know what none of that fucking shit means. I'm just like, okay. So I'm nodding. I'm like, okay. He'd be like, yeah. And then we're gonna surround the whole area. We're gonna flank it. And I'm like, why are we talking like this? Like, it's very weird because it's bugs, right? So I'm just like, okay, man. All right, cool. And then he was like, I'll confirm with you when I'm finished on the job. And I'm like, okay. So he leaves. He does his thing. Comes back to the door. Same thing. His first words are always, he's nervous. Like, I don't understand it. But so he's like, so I finished the job, and then I have to sign something. But I'm just like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, you're killing bugs, not people. He acts like this is the military or something. He gets real serious, and I don't know how to like deal with people like that because I'm just like, I just want to laugh like straight away, and then I'm just like, let me just, he likes his job, but that's cool. I kind of envy people who like their job. So if you're like a garbage man, and you fucking love your job, you wake up, you're like, man, I love this shit. Good for you, man. Good for you. Like I always said that I was born to be in entertainment, and I just missed my calling. But yeah, I'm starting to see, like, I've been on LinkedIn, and I've seen a lot of my friends, like, I don't know if I would say they grew or they're growing, but like, I remember sitting with a lot of these people, and they fucking hated their job. They would say, oh, this is the worst job ever. And now I see it's kind of like a flip. Like, I feel like they kind of just like took it in. They're like, okay, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Might as well start liking it. And now they're like posting all this positivity shit about their work. Like, yeah, numbers great. And And I'm just like, what the fuck happened? I remember when you were miserable every day at the same job, and they're still at the same job. They just changed their attitude. So I'm just like, I kind of envy that. Like, I'm still not at that level because I'm like at a bitter level. I'm like, man, I should have been doing this. So, yeah, I kind of, people who are out there, you're doing something you love, go for it, man. Don't let this little hater here stop you. But yeah, I love it. I tell my kids that all the time. Like, you just do something you love, Don't be like that. But I mean, there was a time where I liked this business, and then, there were some people in the business that made me not like it, if that makes any sense. But yeah, there was a point where I was just like, man, I love this business. But I guess it was earlier on when I was younger because, this was like freight forwarding was like my first job, like job. So, most people, they do like, yeah, I was a waiter or I did fast food. They did, all these other things. Mine was directly into this business that I'm working now. So it's kind of like I never left it. So, yeah, in the beginning, I was young, I was eager, I wanted to learn everything, but now I'm just like, whatever. I have that attitude. It's just like, whatever. And I shouldn't be saying that either because, like, I've gotten like a recognition email, like it gets sent out to the whole company recently, and I was just like, part of me is happy about that. So it's like, hey, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing good. Keep going. But then part of me is like, I still have that voice in the back of my head, like, dude, you're supposed to be doing something else. So I don't know. One day maybe I'll just accept my fate and be like my friends. I'll be on LinkedIn like, yeah, fucking numbers are high and this. But yeah, I've never been that kind of person. So right after this episode drops, I'm getting fired. But I work 2 jobs, so none of the jobs know which one I'm talking about. So boom, boom, confusion for you right now. What else? I wanted to talk about, we got the icks coming on later on, but I wanted to talk about certain, what is it? What came out that I wanted to talk about? So I'm currently watching, oh, did I talk about the Super? I don't think I talked about the Super Bowl, but I'm not even big on the Super Bowl anyway. Like, for real, I'm not. Anyway, there were certain movies coming out I want to talk about. God damn it. Anyways, there was a show that I was watching. It's called Fool Me Once, right? Or something like that. Fool Me Once. Anyway, this show was a good show. I liked it. It's highly recommended. I kind of like, it was kind of one of those shows where you're like, you want to know what happens and you want to know like the twist at the end. Like, it kind of had me thinking all the way to the end. Like, you of course, when it's the final episode, you're like, oh, you're piecing it together and you probably kind of got it somewhat. But yeah, like, it was one of those things like, how the fuck is this happening? And I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but yeah, it's something you gotta watch. It's a good movie. It's honestly, let me see. I think it's 8 episodes, but very good. It'll definitely keep you like, oh, I gotta see what happens. I want to know what happens. And I love series like that. I love, Right now I have nothing I'm watching, so I'm like watching what people, say are popular shows. Like, there was one called Schitt's Creek. And I tried to watch this a long time ago, and I just wasn't into it. I'm just like, this is corny. I'm not into it, but like, I'm getting more and more people, saying, oh, you got to watch it. So right now I'm in the process of watching that. But, I was late on all shows. Like I always say, I was late on Breaking Bad, and then I became this Breaking Bad fanatic, but I was like years too late. I started watching it when the last season was approaching. Then I started watching it because everybody was like, oh, I want to see what happens. So I was like, let me start watching this. And then I got into it. Same thing with Game of Thrones. I mean, there's so much things that I was late on, but yeah, it's definitely one to watch. It's a good show. Definitely a good show. There's still some movies where I want to see. There's that Godzilla. There's 2 Godzillas that came out. Well, there's one that's coming out. Then one already came out. There's the -1 that I want to see. Everybody that got great scores all over the place, so I definitely want to see it. But I'm waiting for it to stream, and it doesn't have a release date yet for streaming. And then there's that one where they're like a fucking tag team, like WWE or something, where it's like it's Godzilla and King Kong versus another monkey and another fucking whatever Godzilla is, a big ass lizard or some shit. So I want to see that just because I've invested time in it. Like I've watched Godzilla movies, I watched the King Kong, and I watched them verse each other. So I'm just like, you got to finish it. It's kind of like the Fast and the Furious. I'm like, man, I've saw them all. You know, even though every time I watch the next one, it gets worse. I mean, I still haven't finished the last one because, like I said, I can only see it for like 10 minutes and then I'm done. So, you know, probably by the time the new one comes out, I'll finally finish the old one. But yeah, I'm like, I've invested so much time. I must see this. It's a must. It's definitely a must. What else? We could talk about the icks. Let's get into the icks early because honestly, guys, right now I have about 14 minutes until I have a meeting. So, yeah, let's get into the icks. Because I feel like we have some good ones and some strange ones. Like I said, we were going to have some strange ones and some that we could just like pass over because they kind of tie into each other. And this guy's page actually is starting to become popular because everybody's looking at the ick list now. So, all right. So, back to the ick list. And I'm only saying this so when I edit this, I could drop in that nice little title screen and then it goes. Okay, so we stopped at don't have a hobby. Number 11. Women's icks. We have don't carry a bag. And I don't understand that one. That must not be all women because I feel like, okay, this is different. I was thinking about like carrying grocery bags because I know they want you to carry all the goddamn bags. So, and you know, if you're ever going out, if you're ever like walking or hiking and stuff, the woman always wants you to carry something. Even though she brought something, you didn't bring shit, they always want you to carry it. So that can't be that. So the only thing I'm thinking is like those guys who carry those like those man purses, you know what I'm saying? Like that sling that goes around you or like a fanny pack. I can see that being like a ick for women. But yeah, it wouldn't make sense. It's just other bags because yeah, they're women who like hold my bag, hold my bag, hold my bag. I have no pockets, hold my bag. So yeah, it has to be that over the head satchel thing. Like I would love to bring up the video of the girl who said this, maybe if she had an explanation, but sometimes they don't have explanations. They just say it and then he just adds it to the list. But yeah, this list, like I said, it's at 300 now. To find this specific, terrible. Specific one would be, hard. So let's go to number 12. Don't watch football. That's easy. I mean, that's another timing. A lot of this has to do with, them wanting time with you. Because we passed a couple of them where it's about because they want time with you. So if you're watching football, a lot of these guys who watch football, I don't watch football. I only watch like the Super Bowl, but it's really for the halftime show. But I don't watch football. I don't watch many sports. The only sports I watch are fighting sports. So, but yeah, there's some guys who could watch a football game for hours and then another football game, and they could just stay on the couch and watch like fucking 10 hours of football. Like, I can understand that where the woman's just doing everything and she's just looking at you and you're on the couch watching football. Yeah, she'll be pissed. So, yeah, I get that one. That's reasonable. Don't watch football. All right. Number 13. This is, see, from 13 to about 15, it gets ridiculous. So, 13, don't breathe. So, I believe the extra part was don't breathe heavy. And I don't know. I don't know what's considered heavy. I mean, what if you're heavy set and that's how you breathe? So I don't understand it either. But the best counter to that is just don't sit by her. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are close, put your neck like all the way to the left, wherever her head is, put your head in the opposite direction. She won't hear you breathe as loud. I mean, she probably still will, but it'll be less bothering, even if you're like sleeping and cuddling and you just like breathing heavy. I always put my head to the other fucking side, do some type of twister shit. And I think that'll work. Let's go. Number 14, friendly fire. I have no idea what that means. When I first read it, I thought it had to do with like pee for some reason. I thought like they were talking about peeing on the floor or something, or peeing on the toilet or peeing. So I really don't know what that one is. We're going to skip over friendly fire. I mean, in the comments or, DM me if you knew what friendly fire was. I'm curious myself. Number 15. Don't miscount. I feel like that's very specific. That was probably that one woman. Let's be honest. I think that was don't miscount. What do you mean? Don't miscount money or like? See, yeah. That's what I'm telling you. Some of these get ridiculous. So I think that was just that one woman. So, that one woman out there, guys, don't date her. Because, And who the fuck counts? Like, I don't see myself counting anything daily, I don't believe I do. Not unless I'm helping my kid do a math homework. But who the fuck's out there like, 45, 46, 47? Who the fuck is doing that? Anyway, 16. Yeah, we're going to go. I'm going to probably do up to 17 because, there were some that we just passed over. So 16. Don't have emotion when you hurt yourself. Okay. I mean, like there was a time where I was working on a car. I was working on a car with this person. I'm gonna just call him a person because I don't like the motherfucker. But anyway, I was working on a car with this person, right? And we're working on something. And he hits. You know how the hood of the car has a prop? So I don't know if it was mistakenly or on purpose now. But anyway, he hits the fucking rod. So the hood of the car falls. My hand was in there. So the hood of the car falls like in the middle of my hand. And my hand instantly bent in a way I'd never seen it before. It looked like fake. It looked like my hand was made out of putty. Like it just bent weird. Like my hand never did that before. So anyway, so I was like, didn't feel it in the beginning, but like when I go to pull out my hand and my hand is, I've never felt stuck either. So like I could not pull out my hand. I couldn't even wiggle a finger, anything. It was just stuck. So, a lot of the times, yeah, when I get hurt, I'm just like, that hurt. I'm not really dramatic, like, oh my God. That time, like, as soon as I went to pull out my hand and I couldn't, I'm looking at the motherfucker like, I'm stuck, right? And this is when, like, people who, like, freeze up when shit happens. He completely froze. He didn't move, didn't try to help me. I can't move because my arm is stuck. So I'm just like, open the hood. But in between then, like, I start losing, like, feeling in my hand. And then I'm feeling pain. Now, like, pain is starting to hit me. And also, like, my hand is turning colors. So I'm yelling at something like, open the hood. Right? I'm going crazy. And I literally have to tell him what to do. I'm like, pry it open or go get somebody, open the hood. And all he had to really do was just go either pry it open or just like hit the hood lever and then, let me out. But he completely froze. My hand was in pain. So yeah, I was definitely showing emotion. And I remember everybody looking at me like, now it makes sense why it's ick. I remember everybody looking at me like I was dramatic and I was being crazy, and I'm just like, a fucking hood close. And this was heavy too. This was like for a SUV. So just imagine that shit, the pressure of it just clamping your hand down. So yeah, I'm like screaming in pain, and then as soon as he pulls out my hand, I started yelling at people because everybody was watching. And nobody did shit. So I was like, yeah, I remember just going off. I don't know. I felt like I had to let out this story. Like, I mean, I could have just ended this thing, don't have emotion when hurting self. Like, yeah, I get it. But yeah, I remember that because people looked at me like I was being like exaggerating. I'm like, put your hand down and let me slam it in this thing and let it get stuck for like about 3 minutes. And while that's happening, let me just stare at you and see what happens. Oh man, you could hear the trauma that shit left, man. I remember being so mad, like I hated everybody, but yeah, the emotion definitely showed on my face because I was definitely in pain. And then yeah, like the whole day, like my hand, it was changing colors. I had to ice it and heat it up, and then it was a goddamn mess. It looked fake, like it was so bent and like it looked kind of broken-ish, where it looked fake. So yeah. Yeah, damn. Just let out some. Oh, see, this is why I do this podcast. Oh man, I feel better letting that story out. Maybe the next one I'll drop the name of the fucker who did it. But okay, we're gonna do one last ick, and then I have to go, ladies and gentlemen. So, last ick. Number 17. Don't use a trampoline. I said trampoline. Don't use a trampoline properly. Okay. See, that's another one. That was probably specific to that woman. But yeah, I mean, I get on there with my kids sometimes. I hit back flips, front flips. I do all that goofy shit because, I'm just trying to have fun with my kids. And then they're always at this point where like, you can't do this. You can't even jump high. You can't, and then I got to be like, listen, you little fucker, watch me, So you got to kind of prove them wrong. So yeah, there's been a lot of times where I had to do that. I'm just like, oh yeah, watch this. But yeah, okay, we're going to end there. And I will, for the next episode, I'll have more topics. Like, the problem is I had topics, but I don't know where they're at anymore. Like, I used to have a note section in my iPhone. Like, if you guys have an iPhone, your note section. And I put all my podcasts. I just write, a word. And for some weird reason, had an update. I cannot find my goddamn notes. So all my topics that I had are gone. So I got to either find them or make up new topics. But anyways, that's easy sometimes. I mean, all it takes is one car ride. Like, I just need to drive somewhere for 30 minutes and I'll come up with like 17 topics just off that car ride. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get, after this meeting, I'm going to go on a car ride and make up some topics. But anyways, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Later.
Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.